Because if you're just babbling, like I know we go left a lot.
Well, do you speak French now? I'm talking about we.
We. I can definitely go off on a tangent and I can do it real quick. But in the midst of me going off on this tangent, I'm still giving you information. I'm giving you something that's relatable to what we're talking about. Welcome to Charlotte Podcast.Studio, where we explore the exciting world of podcasting and dive deep into why it is one of the most important mediums today. I'm Tay. I'm the studio manager here at Charlotte Podcast.Studio.
And I'm Shamar, Tay's trusty sidekick.
I'm mad at how he doing my dad fingers that I be trying not to do when I be talking to y'all. But sometimes we ain't even got started and I'm already being picked at and mocked. But it's cool though. It's cool though. So this episode, we're going to go over why you should start a podcast. And honestly, I've been doing some research and I've been looking at things and listening to other people on YouTube and, you know, what do you call those things? Groups. I was going to use a fancy word for it, but, you know, we'll just call it groups. And podcasting, like we've said before, is really taking off. It's really going in a good direction. This is the new produce your own music at home on Fruity Loops and anybody can buy Pro Tools type thing. But with that being said, you have the benefits of podcasting for personal and business or professional growth. I don't want to say business because not everybody's running a business.
Right.
So you got personal and professional growth. It gives you the, I want to say possibility, but I'm trying to use big words today. Don't ask me why. I'm trying to use bigger words than what I can
deep in that
remember
vocabulary
right now.
bag. Just yank them out.
Yeah, I mean, you know. So it gives you the potential and the ability to, you know, reach and influence multiple other people, other crowds, people that are just like you. Anybody really, because you never really know who you're gonna reach until you hone in on your niche.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you never know who's gonna be influenced, and it's always a good thing when people come to you and say, "Hey, I like what you did. Show me, teach me." You know,
True.
So.
And yeah, the podcasting gives you that ability to reach millions, you know, and worldwide. Because what country are them people in that listen to your music?
India.
I don't know why I keep forgetting India. I don't know why. Okay, yeah. So India. So, I mean, just like that, we can reach anyone across the globe with our podcast, right? And it's not any barriers to market. You can record the audio in your closet and then send it out to the world. So, you know. Yeah.
And nobody's going to know you recorded it in your closet.
Nobody. Unless you put it on a video.
Yeah, then, you know, if you're doing a video podcast, then yeah. You know, and like you said, you're able to reach people globally. Mm-hmm. You're able to build a community because I'm trying to stop calling people, I don't want to say clients, but your listeners.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You know, you want to build this community around your passions or your expertise, things that you like. Please do it about something you like. Because if you don't, you're going to hate every single minute of it.
Absolutely.
I'm going to let you chime in.
It's going to come off as inauthentic as well. So if it's something that you don't really care about talking about or something that, you know, you think is just trendy and you think that's what's going to get you the listeners and viewers and things like that, I think that is the wrong approach because you will burn out quickly and, you know, your viewers and listeners will be able to pick up on that.
Yeah, and you definitely don't want people thinking and assuming that you're only doing it for the money.
Sure.
You know, even at the beginning, you know, everybody's motive is to get paid from something, but don't let people assume that's the only reason you're doing it. You're going to fail. You're going to flop. You'll never see me try out for the NBA. You'll never see me try out for the football league. You know why? Because I can't play sports. I'm not even going to try. I can give you a hook shot. I can't tell you where it's going to go, but, you know, I'm not going to do it. So with that being said, that is the thing too of working on your skills. You know, I'm a videographer. Shamar does photography. We don't just do these things when we have a client. You know, you have to work on your skills outside of what we do.
I do. No, I'm joking. I ain't picking up no camera.
Well, I mean, for me.
Joking. I do, y'all. I practice on my craft. I'm sorry.
Yeah, we got to, you know. I mean, we ain't doing nothing for free. Let's put that out there too. Like, I'm working, but I ain't trying to not get paid. But anyway, let me reel myself back in because I know I went left a little bit. But having a podcast allows you to develop skills, communication skills, public speaking, interviewing, and storytelling. It gives you the opportunity to speak. It gives you the opportunity to work on your vocabulary, like Shamar was talking about me earlier. Like in elementary school, I was one of the only kids that I've ever known to read the dictionary. That's just how bored I was. So I tend to use bigger words, not knowing or thinking about it. But at the same time, it gives you that space to say, you know what, this crowd isn't going to understand what certain words are going to mean, like immaculate or incompetent.
Right.
If I call somebody an incompetent peasant, which I won't do, you know, a lot of people are not going to know what I just said. They're not even going to know. Some people won't even know I just offended them. But we're going to leave that alone. But it gives you the chance to work on your communication skills. It gives you the chance to speak, especially if you're an introvert and you don't like talking in front of people, like Shamar sometimes, most days.
Like, how did I catch a stray?
Hey, I caught one earlier, so I'm just giving it back.
But seriously, though, I agree with that, you know, as far as, you know, a lot of people are shy or don't like public speaking. I hear people say that all the time. I don't like public speaking, you know. Right. Doing your podcast, that will help hone your communication skills. Yes, you are speaking in front of a camera or just into a microphone if you're doing audio only, but you will be amazed at how it could be more difficult to get started than you think. You know, oh, I could talk to myself. No, in the beginning, it was tough for me to get on here and talk to a camera or talk to myself for even a few minutes. Now, you know, I can go 10 minutes.
Not 10 minutes.
But it also helps you pay attention to your non-filler words, right? Or your filler words and your non-verbals. So the ums and the, you know what I'm saying? And what's your favorite one? Like,
I mean, but I do say like a lot though. Like for real.
Let's see.
Like I just said like I really do say like for real. Like a lot. Yeah. I don't do it intentionally. But using like is different to me. I mean, yes, it's still, you know, a comparison. What do they call it? A simile. Is that right? A simile.
You're simile's a metaphor. So yes.
Yes, simile's a metaphor. So it's like me using like as a simile and not as, because if I say as, it just don't sound right. Unless I'm like, you know, as in, then that's different. But yeah, I use similes a lot. So that's why I say like.
That's his filler word.
Yeah.
But, you know, even if you're unaware, some people are unaware that they do that. So when you're recording your podcast and you go back and listen to it, you know, count how many times. I don't recommend taking a shot for every time you say Somebody might get a little toe up out there, but.
A lot.
You know. Like, you know.
Right.
But, yeah, so I think it definitely hones your communication skills. And you can also enhance your ability to articulate yourself very well, you know, drive the point home, land the plane, people, you know, and that podcast will help you do that. So if you know that your podcast is only 30 minutes, it'll help you be a better storyteller, get the point across, and land the plane.
Yeah, make sure you land that plane, because I know sometimes I go left.
Yeah. As your co-pilot, I have to help you land that plane sometimes.
Yeah, you know, because I'm a talker. I like to talk. Sometimes you can ask me a question, I'll answer it and continue. And I'm answering like the next 5 questions you might be thinking about. Or I never answered your question because in my build up to answer it, I went left. So that's why you need a trusty sidekick. Because if you don't have one, you're going to be doing a lot of recording. It's possibly a lot of recording. But use this to work on your skills, your communication skills. Work on your what do I want to say? The way you articulate. Do your podcast, script it, but don't literally read it word for word, if that makes sense. So in the midst of you being able to have these conversations, use these podcasts also as a way to network with like-minded people.
Absolutely.
Podcasting, again, is a growing business. It's a growing platform. You can get a lot from doing a podcast. You do it right, you market it right, things like that. You promote it, and you could hold a meetup or something like that, or end up at a meetup. Speaking of, we've got one August 17th here at the studio.
Check it out.
So if you're in the area, stop by. The flyer is already out and posted. But yeah, if you can make it, make it. It's another great way to meet other people that are doing podcasts and other creators in general. So, shameless plug over. But it gives you the opportunity to work on being able to network with other people, because you never know who's listening. You
That's
never
right.
know who's you never know who's listening. You never know who's actually paying attention to what you're saying, and you never know what they are connected to. So,
I was watching, it's not really podcast, but it's YouTube, video version of it. This person, this YouTuber was covering the Meg Thee Stallion and Tory Lanez case, and they were going to the court because they're in LA, and I think the case or the hearing was out there in LA. And so they would go to the courthouse every day, and then they would come back and go on live and just report out what they experienced in the during that day in court. And then maybe after he got sentenced and went to jail, prison, whatever, they did a documentary on Netflix. And that same person that I saw on YouTube covering the case, they had them on that documentary just recapping, their experience and things like that. So I'm pretty sure that YouTuber thought it was dope when Netflix reached out to him and was like, hey, we're going to do a documentary. We saw your work and we want you to participate in this documentary. So to Tay's point, you never know who's watching it. Let's say that, you're a sneakerhead and you review these shoes, you're buying all these J's and, Air Force Ones and stuff like that, and you're reviewing them. You never know, it could get traction, and then maybe someone in the Nike marketing department sees that and they want, to send you some shoes or have you a part of one of their campaigns or something. I think that the networking connects you to industry experts, help you meet other like-minded individuals. And it's just a great way of getting more exposure as well. So, as you're connecting with these people, they may have you onto their show. Now you get to tap into their listening audience, and vice versa. They would be able to tap into yours. And you don't even necessarily have to be in the same niche. Let's say that your niche complements their niche, right? So let's say that you're the sneakerhead, but I'm over here, I got cleaning products, and these cleaning products work well on sneakers. You can have me on your show. We can do a whole demo on how you can use my products to clean your shoes. So that's complimentary, So, yeah.
yeah, that's dope.
All kind of ways.
I didn't really think about that, but that makes sense, because
That's why I'm your trusty sidekick.
See, just like that. See, because I'm going on a sign up, but it's like normally I just go to the mall. I see the guys. I can't remember the name of the product, but I know it when I see it. And no, because as a matter of fact, they changed the name of it. They changed the name in the box, the way the box looks, if I remember correctly.
Okay.
But I'll go. I'm like, man, you only have to sell it to me. How much?
Right.
So if you're that sneakerhead that cleans their shoes and keeps their shoes in pristine condition, you see that. And, well, let me reverse it. You have that person on your show as the sneakerhead, and they display this cleaning product. Who knows? Or you're the one with the cleaning product, and just from these sneakerheads, you just sold out.
Absolutely.
Now you got to figure out how to come up with more ASAP.
Yes, sir.
Like my cousin, she does hair growth oils, mango scented.
Okay.
And it's for people with like eczema, alopecia, and something else with like extra dry skin.
So it won't help me though.
If it help you, your hair gonna grow, and you're gonna be like, why is my hair growing so fast?
Yeah,
And you're gonna be like cutting it every week, every 3 days. Like I use it sometimes on my beard, you know, and I have to shave like every 3 days because it's actually growing.
Okay.
Like I shaved 2-3 days ago. I woke up this morning and I was like, oh yeah, time to cut it. But anyway, it gives you that chance to network with different people in different spaces that you all can collaborate. This networking helps you expand your knowledge base, and it helps you with personal growth. Like even if you're an introvert, go to these events and get through them, because who knows, one of those people might be someone that can help you with monetizing. Monetizing.
Oh, you ain't want to jump out there and say monetization?
I ain't want to say it because I know monetization. I don't know, man. It's just something about that word that just, I can say it, but I fight it because I'm not used to saying monetization. It's monetizing, you know. But you get to this network event, you can meet somebody that can help you with monetizing. They can help you understand AdSense and advertising. What's the word? They can help you with understanding avenues and revenues for advertising, because like we said before, it's projected to be $4 billion by 2025, and we still have
in 4 months.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. We still have time in 2024, you know. So go ahead.
Yeah, I was going to jump in because when you're talking about, help you with understanding. So I'm a part of a community. It's the studio business owners, and it's different studio business owners across the globe. So a lot of them are in the U.S., but there's one in Hong Kong. There's one in Singapore. So, we have a pretty global community. And we had a call last night, a live last night, a stream, I guess, if you will. It was private, just us in that group. And we were talking, and I was talking about Facebook marketing. What do you call it? Facebook ads. I don't understand it. That thing is more and more complex. And then the more I go out there to YouTube University and look at videos, the more I'm perplexed. Like, what is happening? What do you mean? And then, just kicking around ideas in that group, they help me understand basic. One thing in particular, and I don't even remember the name. I had to take notes, and my notes are at my house, but it was there's 3 different layers. So there's like a overall campaign layer, and then there's a layer for that specific ad. And then within that specific ad, that's a part of the overall campaign. That's when you target your audience. I had no clue that there was 3 different layers to it. I thought you just boost the post, and they were like, that's the worst way to do it. So just being in that space, and talking to them. This is more, I guess, on the networking side, but having that understanding, right? But then I was telling them about the meetups and different things that we did, like for the grand opening here in the space, how we had people come out, and that helped us secure people, to book our space and stuff. So sharing ideas and things like that. But back to the advertising as a whole, like Tay said, $4 billion in advertisement dollars by 2025. So if you're consistently pushing your podcast, you're building community. That's what these advertisers are looking for. They're wanting to spend dollars with podcasters because they understand that your community is an engaged community. People are coming to the listening platforms to listen to your podcast, and they know that those people are going to be there on average 30 minutes. So they're going to put the dollars into that. Another way of monetizing is, the premium content and memberships. And I think you understand that pretty well because I need to drink me some water. So can you talk about the premium content and memberships?
So premium content memberships, yes, they will definitely help you draw in money, help you with your revenue stream coming from podcasting. But I will say this too. When you do your memberships, do not let your membership, what do you call those things? Items. I'm going to call them items today.
Okay.
Because I'm all over the place with my big words. Don't make your membership items or content free in 3 months.
Yes.
Don't do that, because I can wait 3 months to figure out whatever you're talking about instead of signing up for your membership. I can probably go and find someone else on YouTube, or shoot, now that I'm thinking about it, even Vimeo. I can find someone somewhere that's going to give me your membership content that you're going to release for free in 3 months. But if I'm a member, give me something that you're not putting out for free. That's the
You got to make it exclusive. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the word too. Make it exclusive. Your premium content. So your premium content is the thing that is going to make your membership worth purchasing on a monthly basis, or a one-time fee like some people do.
So with the memberships, right? So this is, think about it this way for those that may not understand, the premium content of memberships is like, you have YouTube that's free, right? You go out there for free and watch that. But then that person creates a Patreon, or they have their own website where you buy a membership just to get that exclusive content, right? Yeah. So I think that which a lot of people start on YouTube and then they transition over to a paid site, right? But then they still offer free content on YouTube. That's fine. You can leverage both, but make sure, like Tay said, your paid wall, that always remains exclusive to those that have paid. If you want to give a snippet, right? Maybe a trailer, a 30-second trailer on YouTube, just to let the people, encourage more people to sign on to a membership. I think that that's great, but you're only giving them that snippet. You're never releasing this stuff, afterwards. And I think that that's it with the membership also, that also strengthens your community, So yeah, you're getting the revenue from the people subscribing, right? But these people are investing in you. So that lets you know that they're truly engaged. They really enjoy you and your content. They're investing in that. So now what you can do is, for those advertising dollars, these, companies that are spending $4 billion by next year into, advertising, you ask them to provide you an affiliate link. That affiliate link give your people, your community, a discount, if they use your promo code. And these companies are definitely going to give you those promo codes, because that's going to encourage them to your community to buy if they can get a discount from it. And then that's the company's way of also seeing how many people from your community have purchased. So let's say that you have a following of 200,000 and they see that, 50% of that have actually purchased that product. Now you can demand more from these companies, and these ad dollars, they're going to continue to come back to you. And the promo codes is how they track that. The promo codes and the affiliate links are how they track, what people are coming from your community. So
yeah, that's like scenarios. Funny scenarios is what I assume the name is built on. And the guy's name is something like Lonnie. So what he has is everything that's on YouTube. He's got skits, and his skits have episodes. So I guess you can't really call them skits, but he's got these skits. It's a big collective of them down in Atlanta, like Jamal the Creative and Big Ja. I think Jay the Fade is down there as well. But they have their community to where you get certain things on YouTube, but if you want the last few episodes, or you want to be able to download it without having something like YouTube TV, you sign up for their membership. So like you said, they might put out a trailer and say, hey, this is coming, but the only way you're going to get it, you have to go to our other website.
Right.
And if you do it like that with your podcast, your membership from your channel, you're able to even go over there and just, with your monthly subscription, you get this free shirt while everyone else has to pay, things like that. So merch and events, get your merch. Like I said, you got these members that get this shirt for free, but you end up at an event as a vendor. So I'm working on my words. You end up at an event as a vendor, and you can sell your merch. It doesn't necessarily have to be a t-shirt. I mean, it could be a bracelet. We've got bracelets. Not not, are they bracelets?
Wristbands.
Wristbands. See, told you. That's why you need a trusty sidekick. Get you one. So, you got wristbands, you got stickers, keychains, T-shirts, hats, whatever. And you at this event with your merchandise, and that's another way for you to be able to draw in money and not just wait for that advertising revenue to kick in. You're able to do this. You can find a conference or any type of event locally, and not even locally, and just ask them like, hey, are you all selling vendor tables? Whatever they're selling the vendor tables for, get you one.
To that point though, not waiting on the advertising dollars. Listen, you can market to your own community, because they're already bought into you, especially if they join your membership or, premium content. They're already willing to spend money with you, and then as you're on your podcast, you are going to have catchphrases, and people love nothing more than you to put your catchphrase on a t-shirt, and they going to buy them t-shirts up, so that's your first way of introducing your merchandise or merch to your audience, or your community, is just through like catchphrases and stuff. And then even the name of your podcast, if it's a catchy podcast name, logo that you have and everything, you can put that on different items as well and sell that. Even if you don't keep a inventory in stock and sell it directly, you can do drop shipping. You can do, what is that? I forget all those website names, but they will print on demand for you. Now it's higher, you get less profit, the profit margin is decreased versus you doing it on your own, but still that's a way for you to generate some money. And to Tay's point, as far as events, let's talk about, how you can get to events. One way, like you said, was you creating a vendor booth or purchasing a vendor booth at a conference or an event. But, we talked about it before, right? You niche down, and now you've established yourself as an expert in your field, in your industry, in that niche, right? So as you have created that authority for yourself to be able to speak on that, you're going to get invited to speak at different events. You're going to get invited. If they invite you to be a speaker of their event, then you just bring your merch with you. Because your tribe is going to be there as well. Because if it's something that if they enjoy that topic and they enjoy you and they know you're going to be there, they're going to come. And guess what they're going to do when they come? They're going to support you and buy whatever it is that you have.
Yeah. So make sure you show up at these events. Plug yourself where it's needed. Make sure you get to where you need to get to. And like I said, make sure you got your T-shirts, you got coffee mugs. That reminds me. So one of those places that you were talking about, Printful, is one of those places that can do like one-off shirts.
Yep.
So you have something like that instead of having your house full of shirts, or trying to go through the whole thing of actually getting things done on a quote-unquote higher professional level and kicking out extra money. Some of y'all have not made that money to go and spend it like that yet. Right. So sign up for Printful. I forgot what the other one was. But like you said, there's another one that you can link Printful to, and they go through that website. And from that website, it goes to Printful. Printful sends it out. Okay. You can even create a Shopify page and link Printful and, mostly all the other ones to it. So you go to these events, to an extent, you really don't have any excuse. At least go so people can see you and know who you are in person, not just in front of that camera or not just from your audio files that are uploaded. So you being there and being able to be in person, it gives a bigger impact and a bigger influence from your podcast. Because for me, I don't get starstruck. I've been around industry people pretty much my whole life. So I don't get starstruck. But if for instance, I met DMX and it's like, oh snap, that's DMX. I'm not just listening to, at that time, It's Dark and Hell is Hot. I'm actually seeing the person that created this masterpiece. I I'm related to some people that I won't name because I don't need anybody calling the studio asking me if I can get an autograph. But, you know, it's like,
don't call up here for that.
please don't call up here for that. You know, but being able to meet people in person, again, at these events, these networking events, wherever you got a vendor's table, it gives you the opportunity to speak to your community. And you're already in this space where people already have diverse voices and perspectives. So while you're there, hone in on that.
That's a great segue. You said diverse voices.
Yes.
And I want to segue into our last our last topic of why you should start your podcast.
Yeah.
And that why is impact and influence, right? And the influence and impact that it has in today's media landscape. So diverse voices and perspectives. Listen, we all know that there's been propaganda through the decades. You know, different countries, they are only giving you specific information that they want you to have. And our country has always wanted us to think that Africa was one of the poorest places. They think it's a country, by the way, and it's not. It's a continent with multiple countries. But anyway, they want us to think that is the poorest place on earth. And in all actuality, I think it's the richest place.
And not only that, America can fit in there, if I'm remembering correctly, 2.5 times.
Yes, America can fit in there, and they've done it even with other countries. You can fit America in there, USA in there. You can fit all of North America in there, by the way.
Yes.
You can fit Europe in there, and then if you go like to Asia and to get the Russia and all that, so many. It's huge. It's huge. So you're absolutely right.
Very.
So I think it's very rich in resources. They have the most natural resources on earth. I think it's rich in animal life, and it's definitely rich in people. So,
yes,
being able to tell the message that you want to tell. Again, you start a podcast, you can reach globally, or you have global reach. And there's someone that will be able to tap into your unique voice, your unique experience, as a person of color, black and brown person, a woman, a person from the LGBT community, all these different perspectives you can create a platform for people globally to tap into what your message is.
Yeah. And in that space, be very educational and informative, because most people listen to podcasts specifically to be informed about a specific topic. For instance, what do you call those people? Astronauts.
Yes.
Space travel. Some people are very intrigued by that. I like science. So of course I'm going to listen to it, but you got to be informative and you got to actually educate me on something. I can't listen to you just ramble and really say nothing. Like those ads is like, want to know how to become a millionaire? Well, just watch this video, and you watch this whole ad, and it's like, bro, you just wasted literally 2.5 minutes of my time.
Tell me Nathan.
Right. You sign up and you like, oh yeah, send me this information. And then there's a video that you can't pause. You can't see how long the video is. And if you accidentally scroll too far up, too far down, or accidentally click the back button, you have to start this video all the way over. And what did you learn? Nothing.
And they're not going to tell you nothing. Then at the end of it, they're going to ask you for some more money or some money, because now they done hooked you in on the free aspect of it. Oh, but to learn more, what do you mean learn more? You ain't tell me nothing. Now you want me to pay $8.99 for your course.
Yeah. And sometimes that's not even $8.99. That's $800.
No, $899. Let me be clear. That's exactly what I was saying. $899.
And they tell you it's a discount. Save 50%.
Right.
Come on, man. That's not. What is this? So on your podcast, be informative.
Yes.
Give people what they need to hear, what they want to hear. Make sure you hone in on that, because if you're just babbling, like I know we go left a lot.
Did you speak French now? I'm talking about we.
We. I can definitely go off on a tangent, and I can do it real quick. But in the midst of me going off on this tangent, I'm still giving you information. I'm giving you something that's relatable to what we're talking about. We're sitting here talking about why you should start a podcast. We're giving you information on how to start a podcast. We're giving you information on the equipment. So even if I'm sitting here and I'm telling you to be informative, I'm still coming back and telling you like, okay, this is what you need to do. This 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, A, B, C, D, E, F. And that's how. So I'm not just going off on a tangent. I'm still being relatable, making sure that you're still here, making sure that I'm giving you what's needed, what's required with examples. That's the word I'm looking for. I'm giving you an example. I'm giving you an extended example. I'm not just going to give you a 1-sentence bullet point. I'm not going to do that.
Yep.
So, yeah, that's just me, though. Just make sure if you're doing something educational, make it something for people that are going to stay. Give your lifelong listeners something to actually hold on to and to go back. Even for your new people, give them something to watch, listen to.
Because I don't know about you, but for me, the videos that I save on my YouTube is, well, one, I go to YouTube for 2 reasons. One is for information, 2 is for entertainment. And if you can give me a combination of both, I think that's awesome. But, the liked videos I have are from me going specifically to figure something out. There's some information that I want to know, and that video provided the answer, provided me the information. So I save it so that I can reference it again. So to your point, as far as some of your listeners that have been with you a long time, that information, that content, they will refer back to it. And then let's say somebody finds you along the way after you've been at it for a year and they like this new, because you're going to get better over time, right? And then, somebody gets introduced to you after you've been doing this for a year. They're going to go back and listen to some of that old content too, So if it's informational and if you can add a little razzle-dazzle of entertainment in there, then I think you can lock people in.
Yeah. Just make sure you're authentic to the content. And because you're on a podcast, you really don't have any, for lack of words, restrictions. Go deep down that rabbit hole, a couple of episodes, like if you're doing like these murder mysteries and you got information that wasn't released to the public, take that. If you know quantum physics, go deep down that rabbit hole. Space travel, time travel, whatever. I'm just throwing out topics that I know. Me personally, I'm like, oh, you going deep? Oh, well, let me go ahead and start this over. Let me sit down and actually pay attention, So, like, doing podcasting, regardless of what you do, just understand there's a culture here. Be a part of the culture. Be a part of what is going on here. Hone in on your niche. Am I missing anything? Hone in on your niche. Make sure you're informative. Give those educational bits. What am I missing? I'm missing something. As far as understanding podcasts as a culture.
I'll just add, that whole culture. It is a cultural phenomenon,
It's a major thing right now.
Absolutely. Listen, yes, it is. It is influencing a lot of aspects. It is influencing mainstream media. If you think about it, like some of the things that started out as skits and stuff. The people, what was it? Vine, 6 seconds. Now let's be clear. Those had to be some talented people on Vine to be able to get you hooked in a 6-second video. How do you do that? And then not only is it 6 seconds, you got people looping this stuff. Yes. And you're watching that 6-second video over and over and over. But I believe, and correct me if I'm wrong, whether it's you or, the audience, I believe Vine was before Wildin' Out. Was it? Do you know?
I think it might have been in that same era because I think that's where like DC Young Fly and some of them.
Yeah, so they started exactly. So that was my point. I think that it was before, or to your point, it could have been right around that same time. Mm-hmm. And that's who's on there. We know these people from these social media platforms, and now they're on Wildin' Out. That Wildin' Out has been going for years at this point.
Yes.
and they have brought all of them in. I'm just saying that now podcast's moment to be influencing mainstream media, is also sparking a lot of conversations, because remember, you get diverse perspectives, and marginalized voices are being heard now, whereas they weren't being heard before. So now it's creating it's forcing conversation in mainstream with people who've never wanted to talk about these things before. Just like, and I'm not going down this road too far today, but just like we could talk about the police killings and things like that. We've known that it's been going on for a long time, but to be able to have technology, videos, and things that are showing real life what's happening is forcing that conversation, even more so. Hey, podcasts are here to stay. They are influencing across the globe. A lot of people are listening, people that you don't even know are listening, and it could create opportunities for you that you wouldn't even think of. You just wanted to come on here and talk about your cats, but it's creating
meow, meow.
But it's creating opportunity.
Yes. Make sure that whatever topic you decide to go with is something that you're passionate about, something that you love talking about. Who doesn't want to get paid for talking about what they like and love, right?
Mm-hmm.
And just remember, when you're doing this, you're gonna grow. You're gonna form an audience. You're gonna build a community. Just keep these things in mind and understand this here is why you should start a podcast. I've been seeing this trend that's saying, if you're over 40, this is why you should start YouTube. Well, to me, it's pretty much the same thing. Somebody's going to listen to what you have to say.
Absolutely.
And, I'm not just talking about your mom, your dad, your brother, and your sister, because those are usually the people that do not listen.
Right.
I'm not going to go down that hole either. I'm going to leave it alone. I ain't even put no bait on the hook and throw it out. I'm just giving y'all that to let y'all know, like, look, the people you expect to be here are not going to be here in the forefront to support. But keep that in mind. Start this podcast. Get it out there. I was about to say explain, but express yourself vocally. Get people to see what's going on and understand what you have to say. And I think on this episode, I'm saying that episode like I'm talking about another one. But on this episode, that pretty much wraps up this one. What am I needing to say? Oh, I need to let y'all know, if you're looking for us, we are at charlottepodcast.studio. What else? The email address to reach us at is info with the @ symbol, charlottepodcast.studio. So you need us for anything, reach out to us, send us an email. You trying to stop by the studio, check out the studio, you want a tour, even to book a session, go directly to those two links. And I think that's it for this episode. What you think?
Yeah, that's it, man. I just like to always recap, though, real quick, and just sum it up in a quick little second. So the reason you should be starting a podcast is you can grow professionally and personally, hone your skills. You can also explore new income streams, and you can also influence history. Yeah.
I like that. That sounds good. That sounds real good. So for this episode, I'm Tate, the studio manager here at Charlotte Podcast Studio.
And I'm Shamar, Tate's trusty sidekick.
And we're out. Peace.